there's actually a rule written on the door that said you're not allowed to recap your beer, and I did it, and I didn't know.
Recapping is a thing.
And then I passed out and they threw it on my face.
That's a classic.
Because I had my shoes on.
After, well, enough about beer. Fifth round, and NiP are encroaching on the B bomb site, but Pasha is playing it slow. Needs to land a shot though, but he's taking too much time.
NiP are very dead. So we can go back to talking about beer. The reason why everyone does that in the UK and Sweden, James, is because like Sweden, although not as expensive as Sweden, but we have the beers are incredibly, or drinks are very expensive.
Dude,
so
I was at
drink before you go out.
I was at Gfinity in London. It was like £8 for a pint, which is
there you go.
My God.
Welcome to London.
That is crazy.
Actually, yeah, that has gone up a bit. But obviously they do tax it more in Sweden. You have to go to the system get to get any alcohol. It's government regulated.
Oh, we have that in Canada as well.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then.
NiP on pistols, no grenades whatsoever. So what is the goal here? Ooh, Rez is in the wrong place. Force buy, full buy, but no nades. Not much to be done from this range. I made a video of this particular area just to show how much more powerful a P250 is versus a Glock on a pistol round. If, for example, you have somebody who's just lurking, just like Rez is, in that position and you're focusing on A, then definitely want to have a P250, especially with the improved accuracy at range. So finally Rez... Oh, nice. Boy! Eagles, baby.
Jeez. That was a great second shot. Sort of cheeky fadeaway.
That was just like, it was just like your quarterback pushing over a linebacker on just his way out.
And now I feel as though there's some degree of suspense here. You know, what else can Rez do? But obviously he's going to run into Snacks, and unfortunately Snacks is playing pretty deep, which I don't think you can, you know, reasonably expect in Rez's position. So he will get caught by this, and Snacks is going to go for the knife, of course. Of course, and that is a third kill and a lot of money as the other two with a UMP. That's Snacks on $6,500. What a lovely place to be. Goodbye, and also Sniper.
I like that. This is the highlight.
935.
Yeah.
Knife takes precedent.
935 kills for Snacks. He's catching up. Speaking of knives, Rez down to 85. Actually, let me see. I'm going to check how many kills I've got on my knife. You guys talk about stuff.
Stat track knives are gross. I said it.
Oh, you think so? Really?
Pay more for no scratches.
It's true. It's true. Scratches. I mean, it's cool, right? Numbers, gun, it changes. It's great. Oh, Snacks going in again. Oh, what is Snacks even? What a Counter-Strike player. Good nade there from Pasha, leaving just Rez alone. It is just a Glock save though, but Rez on the Deagle, of course, did have enough success in the previous round to warrant this. Ooh, very close. Neo will die. And then we'll get to VP. So things more or less playing out as people tend to expect them to after a pistol round win. But NiP, not over-investing, have pretty much full utility for this round. Close enough. Will we see the NiP smokes? The threat smokes.
They're such great smokes, you know, because it's impossible to telegraph because they.
He's the man who will impose his will on you, or try to, towards the bomb site especially. May have two people engaging him. How far are VP willing to go in this situation? Seems they're pretty hungry to try and eliminate him. They may feel like they've got 2 versus 1 advantage.
Look at all the nades he's bait. This is awesome. Erez has managed to bait away so many grenades, and at a very little cost. Like, he's used some grenades himself, but ultimately he's doing his job here, which is to survive and harass, remove grenades. They've got a pick towards A now, so they're in a 4v4 with 50 seconds left. The way NiP has set up this round is very hard for VP to read.
It's a good frag from Snacks. And yeah, they baited out all the grenades. They have way less utility, and now everybody has nothing. Now it's down to the kills. Draken, though, with a dry peek, takes out an Opper. progress onto the site.
Guardi on the back, never mind, he's dead.
Onto
Never
the
mind.
ace.
Draken on point with the AK. Looking for a second player, lots of movement from Neo. Pasha's coming in from the back, so maybe Neo will try to run distraction, but it might cost him his life. See if Pasha can get off an angle. There's a great distraction, ringing the bell as well, and Pasha will clean up Neo. Great patience from him, waiting for Pasha to get into position, and then good damage to allow Pasha to clean up. Final kills. Clean sheet remains for VP.
4-0, they get plant money. They have the opportunity to potentially buy. I don't know if they will do it. Yeah, looks like they put it together. 2 alive in that round for Virtus Pro. There was a lot of money. There's a lot of money left over, but there was also a lot of money spent because of the kills. So good 3 frag from Draken, opening up A, getting the bomb down. I think they want to keep the pressure on here, but VP have a distinct advantage as NiP don't have a single grenade. Oh, they have Draken has 1 flash.
That's kind of crazy, actually. You know, you would expect NiP not to be a team that would put themselves in a position where they have no utility unless they have a plan for it. And the plan is to explode onto the drop, and it's Yardi just gets completely caught off guard. It's only Taz to do some damage for the VP side as he is keeping tabs towards drop. Pasha defending by the smoke, and the advantages are stunning there. What a shot. And now it's just Draken. It's been pretty good, but he's going to have to get 2 more after this. This kill, and the bomb as well. Ooh, almost, but not quite. Snacks denies, and that's 5 rounds to the 0 for VP.
That smoke grenade was crushing on the plateau. Really stopped half the team from supporting the other half. It just felt like you have to take some risks, and they didn't pay off. It's a big issue for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Tactical timeout from them. Never shy to use these and have the necessary discussions. So a really key smoke grenade, a round-winning smoke grenade from Virtus Pro.
That's the value of having that utility. It was cool to see that the 1 flash they had actually allowed them to get to the choke point they wanted to, and had the opportunity to split. But again, VP covering 2 choke points, knowing that it's going to be a B split, throwing that smoke down at the perfect time. There's nothing that NiP could really do about it.
Now the double orb comes in for VP, and it's going to be a scary proposition, I think. Snack's going for the aggro, and I'm not sure if he saw anything. It looks like he must have seen something here. They will start to turn their attention towards Long Taz playing around the smoke here, but he's going to be quite careful. Could be easily overwhelmed in this position. Spray comes through the smoke, understands there is more where that came from. But he can't find too much else just yet. Looks like it's going to be a fast round from NiP.
I like the adjustment. Nice. Expect the AWP later on. And he's baiting for his teammate as well. They could face at the same time, but Snacks will continue to do the job on his own. We'll see if Exist can get anything out of this. VP know what they're not covering, but maybe they got caught. Oh, hello. That's a really nice shot through the wood there from Snacks. 3 HP, no HP for Exist. Nothing doing for NiP, save for maximum loss bonus, but what will they get then? This might be the first round they really get to exploit it. AWP for Draken and everyone else on AKs, as per usual. They've got all the grenades they could ask for in a situation. So let's see what they can do with them.
Critical math for NiP. They need this win. They need this win on top of the next 2. So the last map was very decisive, but VP are already out to a 6-0 start. Good opening frag from Draken. Common fight to take for the CTs, and Draken was just patient enough to capitalize, and there it is, 3v5. So you would hope that this would be a round in the bag for NiP.
It's a painful one for Pasha. I wonder what the money's like though for Virtus Pro. They will have 1 more buy. After that, who knows? NiP fully rotating back to the A side. It seems to be the right play because nobody's there. Wonder if Virtus Pro, I mean, if they could hold on to these 2 weapons, then maybe if they lose the next round, they can stretch their economy a bit further. Just really in the most ideal place, despite not having lost a round yet. Rounds have been expensive.
This is pretty much a stalemate. I think the last thing you'd want to see is NiP chasing at this point. It's just knowing that VP are saving, but also that they've gotten comfortable and have thought about saving right from the get-go, stacking the other site. And it looks like they're carefully doing it, looking around the map, but again, they don't want to lose any players. NiP don't have much money to work with and have used all the grenades. As well, picked up 2 ops, which, is that unwarranted? I don't know if they need this.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting because, again, with a team like NiP, if they're getting the second op, then it's probably Forest saying, look, I think I can get, I think I can get something from this. Because it's so situational, and you only really see it when he's very confident. And he's 1 for 6 right now, so Forrest must have seen something on the map where he's like, okay, I can either win this 1v1 against this AWPer, or it's something. So I guess we can try to follow Forrest and his perspective to see what exactly his plan is.
I hate 2 orbs on T-side of cobblestone in all situations. If you're not having much success, then there's not much to lose by taking a different approach, as Forrest is doing here. So I can be more accepting there, but beyond that,
I think they might try to gimmick a kill by having the op shot go off on one side of the map and then making VP think there's only 1 op on the map, so they'll push. But it's cobble, as you say. Like there's not going to be many times where you get to have an opportunity for a CT.
yeah,
But
it's a horrible map for 1 op on the T side.
yeah,
So to have 2, if you're not given these shots, then it kind of hamstrings you. See, they're just waiting for a pick, and they're just not coming for NiP. Now they've only got 2 riflers.
Yeah, you kind of almost want Forest to just create something now. They've lost a man towards B, and I think, of course, Forest being alone towards the A side of the map. Obviously, I think there is a large degree of expectation that there would have been a push of some kind, or that he could catch an AWPer playing a pick. And with 2 AWPers on VP, I think you could imagine that would be expected. So VP have just played this so passively that they've not given NiP what they were looking for. So now they have to try to, as you guys said, leverage their way out of this with 2 AWPs, and that's incredibly hard to do.
Yeah, 2 AWPs versus 2 AWPs. You don't have position on any of them. There's no more flashbangs for NiP either, but it has got a plateau at the very least. And there's another rifle gone. Forest then exists, looking for the first frag of the round. And there it is, 4 versus 1. Forest just about missing that one thanks to the smoke grenades. It's a nice shot. 10 seconds though. What do you want to do in a situation? 7 seconds, 6 seconds. You want to stay alive. The flank is coming, but it won't get there in time from Snacks unless Forest runs into him. Ooh, here's the footsteps. Don't want to peek.
oh, oh my god!
Wow, that was close.
And they keep the 1 op. Throw it to Draken. The other thing was that Draken's been opping A, and if someone picks up your spot, you kind of want to either tell them like what the other guy's been doing, or just let them pick up that spot again, because they know how to work it. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, creating, learning from, and abusing evidence every round does build up. So you want to keep that going. You feel like you will have the eventual advantage. On the buy again, NiP. Reasonable now with the 1 sniper rifle, but Forest is still not really having the success. Crab walking in long A. Not quite working out for him there.
Yeah, I feel like Forrest needs some assistance. He clearly wants to like create plays towards A with very low sort of resources, like 1 player. But that's not been working. So it'd be cool as an adjustment to see somebody working with Forrest and to see more sort of defaults out of NiP from that perspective. But Snacks gets a bit aggressive towards long, catches Draken sort of, I think, rotating towards his team. Perfect timing. And once again, VP in an incredible position. Great advantage on the players. They have a beautiful positioning on the B bomb side to defend from 2. NiP, they're really not looking at good odds in this round. They'll do what they can though, and it's a good open from Rez, but they need more than that, and it's just get right left to do it. You won't get it done. It's 8-1 for VP instead. And another save round for the NiP side.
So NiP hampered their own success by, I mean, they should have a lot better of a T side, but having the one really flawless rifle rounds, getting all the opening kills, but that was off the back of Draken finding a pick at A, and then after that, someone pushing long B they capitalized on. The following round, the double op setup doesn't work, Snax gets a kill, there's no opportunities for either player, so it slows them down. They know that they can't full execute because of the ops, and now they're in a position where they're down so many rounds, they're barely going to have a good half no matter what happens, having to save again. And I think they should just go back to basics, like you said, Dan. Like focus on strong defaults, clearing out A, and then thinking about B splits, or just pushing into A. The ops always at B, it seems.
Yeah, it does feel like they're playing very risky style force at each side of the map. When they want to win 1v1s against the AWPers and so on. Oh, hello. They're not doing too much, but a couple kills collected from NiP and guns. Do need some rounds though. At this point, damage is nice, but can they find a way to win this one? That's another frag there from Get Right. I think Bjarly's in a great position though, so.
I'm not sure if Neo's looking at Get Right. If he was, then they'll know that the bomb is up there. Now the bomb is down. They could do with the plants. That won't happen either. 9-1. I don't know if there is still scope for Virtus Pro to qualify. Maybe not.
I don't think so. They have 8 losses, so I don't think so. I think 8 losses is really the cutoff.
Is that including their loss in the previous game?
Oh, that'd be 9 losses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
Well then, maybe they will be gatekeepers for NiP. They'll be the new Vegas Squadron.
I think for VP it's mostly just staying out of relegation now, and I think they should be good to do that. They have enough chances.
I wouldn't take that for granted, buddy.
They'll find a way. Find a way.
9-1, NiP on the buy once again, and this time, well, the entire team is towards the B bomb site. Exists with an opening frag. Will we see that fast smoke over into the other side of A-Long? Indeed, we will. They'll choke out Snax into that position, and Exist continues to do more. 6 HP, and he will just charge into position. Snax going through the smoke, and he will fall, leaving Pasha alone. And that's something for the people at home. When you're playing in pugs or whatever, you get tagged in, you're ready like, oh, I'm hit, and then you just hide in a corner. You're not used to his team. Look at Exist. Charges all the way through A and gets a second kill for his team. Helps them secure the round rather than self-preservation society. Let me just stand in this corner and be used to zombie tag. It's okay to die sometimes.
Yeah, he moved really fast, and I love that. I absolutely love that in that vent area you can shoot. You can shoot without breaking it out, because sometimes, like there's a window in control room on Nuke that absorbs like 50% of the damage of your first bullet, and that can be huge when you're taking a fight and you're waiting for someone, but you don't want to break the glass to start it off. So I love that your first shot can be guaranteed.
I think on Old Inferno, when you're on the bridge in second mid and you shot someone who was in apps through the window in the chest of the AWP, I think it would do like 80 something damage. And if they were an AWPer and it would shoot you back once the window was broken, then you'd die.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
So that was so annoying.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
Didn't deserve for Rex, man.
It's glass.
Yeah. Well, they've broken the money for Virtus Pro, so this is interesting because, I mean, it was 9-1, right? But we could finish with a 9-6 here. And that would leave opportunity open for NiP, so it may feel like the match is already over, but it definitely isn't now.
Yeah, another very fast charge from the NiP side to quickly polish off the round, and it's going to work out for them. A third one in a row. Obviously, they left VP's economy pretty strained, which is why we're seeing immediately just a sort of save out of VP.
Yeah, so right after having a save, doing good damage on the eco rounds, and then now having a really clean rifle round as well. So even if they lose, potentially still a chance for a 10-5. This is a pretty good spot. I thought that for sure VP would have enough money for another buy, but oh look, they got rid of the op as well. So Neo has nothing to find.
But the other thing too for me that is on my mind is that NiP still haven't really run defaults in a lot of these situations, and it's pretty easy to run a default on this map. There's a bunch of variations, and that essentially means that for those uninitiated to that terminology, essentially a default is just taking all the uncontested map control as a T side and sort of exerting some pressure in towards those, towards the contested bits of map control. So you take away the A side of the map. You can do it with 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, have presence towards the other side of the map and vice versa. And NiP have been trying to take 1v1s when they've been working A a lot of the time.
This is an old school push right here.
I like to stand by the wall, but then block the smoke and knife people when they try to pop flash through. I mean, I could use the rifle and kill like 3 people, but I'll just take the 1 kill.
Would you do it in a match though?
With a knife. I always do it in matches.
In matches?
Absolutely.
Well, in a match.
Oh, depends. If it was a show match, I'll do it. Because there's more value in me knifing one of my friends.
Right, for the
than there is in actually winning the round.
For the stream.
Absolutely.
1 for 1? Is it worth it? We'll find out soon. It doesn't seem to me like that was a worthwhile engagement, but VP don't have many grenades. They're kind of a low buy.
And NiP have given some sound cues away. Has been playing a great bait setup here, and there's already a rotation from Neo as well. So this, if NiP are to lose this round, this would be a colossal opportunity lost. 2 plays left for Virtus Pro, not quite in the sight just yet. There is a flank coming in, so that bomb needs to start moving. Draken needs to get off that position, and he will just about in good time. It's a nice throw, but will he be ready for a flank? He's looking for it, but Pasha's coming in from the ramp, and he can hold the line through the ramp towards the door, but Frost will be exposed. That leaves Draken alone. He seems to know where he is or understand how the second player would be set up. Not fast enough there, Draken. He can avoid the trade frag. Going wide. He knows Pasha was tagged. Oh my god! So close. He's going to deliver the shot, but he won't. Neo with the pre-fire, flying UMP, picks up the AWP as well, and he's got time for the defuse. Just about.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy that there's no kit in this round, and he's fine.
My god.
So maybe it is that 10-5 that you're talking about. This is a round indeed where Snack sort of gave NiP a 1-for-1, which is again so useful on the cobblestone especially. It's really hard for the CTs on cobble to play a 4v4, to be honest, with that much time on the clock. But VP still managed to get the victory, so they're in pretty good stead at the moment. NiP who really must convert here, and again we can't stress enough that they have to win every map of the remaining maps in ECS to make it to the finals. So this is so important for NiP.
Same setup again. Get right, really committing to taking out that trade fragger. But Snacks is still alive, and that means there's map control here for the Virtus Pro side, although NiP are advancing towards long A. Pasha jumping out. And that's him gone from this round. Man advantage for NiP. Snacks is making steps. Rez has heard him. He knows where one of these players is. But where is the second one?
Oh. Is Rez
Perfect timing from Rez, and maybe Neo's been spotted. So 5 rounds is on the cards for Ninjas in Pyjamas, and again, that's still doable. That is a very good reset for them going into this last round. Virtus Pro will not have much to offer, although it will still be a dangerous buy with CZ in play.
Yeah, they've made the most of it. They've worked towards A, but again, as Dan's been stressing, there's just been no defaults. Even when they go towards A, they do it with 5, and they fully intend on pressing into the site. They don't worry about B. They don't leave anybody to make sure that they have a fallback plan. They've either just been getting lucky or having a lot of action at A, so the round begins and ends there. But we haven't seen kind of like a consistent way that they can clear out areas in a sustainable way to win rounds. Either way, last round of half, they have a good opportunity for the 10-5, some utility for Virtus Pro, but absolutely no guns. And a full B stack as NiP set up in a very passive anti-eco.
So back in towards A, the right call for NiP. It's just a question of timing, really. There is going to be a spot now for the CT side as they start to rotate in, and VP are moving quickly enough. NiP maybe not quickly enough themselves, though. They do have all the Molotovs. They'll be fine. A bit of cash. Sax moving into position. Biali caught the same way. That's the only man really in position onto the bomb site. So NiP have cleared out the entire site. They've lost 0 players so far. That can still change with Neo lurking around, but it's certainly a pretty clean round from NiP, which does not really matter, being the last round of the half. But still, it's nice. 10-5 indeed. That's something that you said, you know, would be a workable position, but generally, a lot of problems for the T side of this half. It looked very different to Cash.
For sure it did. For sure it looks so much more simplistic, and for some reason it looked like that, as if they were coming into the half with very little preparation almost. And for some reason really just wanted to try to brute force A as much as possible, but this pistol denotes a turning point for NiP if they can win it.
The score was 9-1.
Yeah.
And now it's 10-5, so that is pretty good, all things considered, for the Swedes. But it's a strong position for Virtus.pro as well. Let's not forget they need the W's as well. Need to move away from that relegation zone. So Taz will be the harassment man with the Glock. Again, I think a P250 person in that job should definitely have one. 2 people on grenades, Virtus.pro as well. I think someone needs to drop a P250, but anyway. I'll not be on about that. That was a much needed trade, and Taz will continue to do work here in the connector position. Up close now, the Glock will do the job. 2 players flanking for NiP. Losing this pistol round would be a disaster.
Yeah, it'd be hard to come back from this. This really is a must win for NiP. Red spots himself. A fast one, only time for 1 bullet, but he makes it count. Now it's down to Forrest in the 1v3. A player that has been previously acclaimed as a pistol aficionado, but he will be laid to rest there by the VP side. Taz with an excellent performance there on that pistol.
He's really turned it around since Cash. That was a huge 4K for him to get, and he's already up to 14 kills, so critically important. And nice hold here outside drop. Sometimes it can be so difficult, and people have complained about this for a long time, just shooting people who are using pistol strafing back and forth. And I like the buy from NiP, hedging their bets a little bit, investing, but not completely. If they've got some money left over.
Trusting in their buy rounds, which is nice. Some teams get into a desperate situation like this and they overinvest and commit themselves into terrible spots. Catch with the Mag 10, trained out by the Eagles, so some damage done here by NiP after all. Another frag from Forrest, hello. And there's definitely opportunity to pick up another kill. That is for sure. I mean, Get Right and Forrest still rocking those deagles, so if they were to find another cheeky one-shot, VP have definitely sustained a lot of damage.
Can Forrest get out of the balcony though? Apparently he can. There's even a flash, but it's a team flash. No further damage from him. Get Right will have to whip out the deagle on the balcony. Although Taz is in CT spawn. Not quite hitting the mark there. And now they know where he is. Still facing the Mac 10. Definitely wants to pull out the deagle. I mean, he doesn't know if anyone's underneath the balcony, but...
Still, I'm with you on the Deagle selection, but never mind. 12-5, at least Forrest did get a couple kills for the side. And that will keep the economy somewhat honest for VP, but the buy from Snax Sasonov does worry me a bit for NiP, because I feel like it is actually very powerful towards drop. I don't know really if the meta is in such a way that it should be less powerful, but
if they don't buy a helmet and he still rocks it in the buy round, that would be very interesting indeed. Taz, be careful not to run out of bullets here. Dragon's pistol's called Lynx Effect. That's very curious.
Is Lynx Effect the...
Lynx is axe. But
the
way
right.
it's advertised is that Lynx just makes you completely irresistible to women. So it's very curious That he calls his USP links effects. I don't know what that means.
That's kind of the ad campaign for Axe as well.
Okay.
Are they the same company?
Yeah. Links is Axe, literally.
Oh, literally, okay.
But it's called Axe in America because America! As that man said in Columbus. Right then, buy round for both sides. 8-round deficit for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Get it right. Does have a helmet playing the drop, worth noting, because the sawn-off is still in play.
Thatcher has found his way to the end of the plateau where Draken awaits his peak, but he's smarter than that at the very least. It's going to be a while until he goes for a full peak. And he's going to find Rez, who goes for the challenge there. It's been great to see that Rez has had the confidence to take these 1v1s, but at the same time, at the moment now, it's going to put NiP in an awkward spot. They've got no grenades. They've got 2 flashbangs, but similarly for the VP side as well. 3 grenades.
I wonder if that Molotov goes over the wall into the corner of the fence. Otherwise, I don't know what the purpose of it is, so I'm going to assume that.
For the stairs.
Yeah, but it was nowhere near the stairs.
Sax is like, I can't go first. I have a sawn-off.
I mean, if they threw it there by accident, I'd be very surprised. Unless it hit the ceiling. Because it's pretty short of the mark. But anyway, they're moving into the bomb site. There is the bomb. Get right. Can't get the second kill. That would have been crucial. There is a 3-pointer for Snax. He will continue to harass with this one. If he can just play around this pillar. Doesn't need to aggress at long range. And boy, is he dangerous with this thing. It's a job well done, sir.
I thought he was just going to pick up the M4 and that would be it. But he's like, you know what? I have a window of opportunity to get out into that pillar position.
Once I had 4 kills with a deagle, and I picked up an M4, and then someone told me to use the M4, and I said, did the M4 get 4 kills this round?
It's true though. It is true. What happened afterwards? Did you save the M4 or did you just die?
Just died.
Game is This cannot save the AWP, and it feels like NiP's, their chances to go to Kanku are slipping through their fingers right now. As,
well, for it to be in their power at least. Because the Astralis could drop a map.
They would still need this win though, right?
I think they would, yeah, because
well,
Astralis are 9-5.
They need to win 3 games, let's say, of the 4. And Astralis need to lose 2. If they win 2 games and Astralis lose 2, then it's down to round difference.
But they would have to beat Astralis twice as well.
Oh yeah,
which is that's I guess one of the kickers right there.
So they can lose 1 match, but then well, if they lose 1 match, I would imagine beating Astralis twice would take them over them in round difference. So
I think they're ahead a lot on round difference, right? Like 30 rounds.
We should definitely flesh this out after the match.
Yeah, we'll figure this one out with our leaderboard later on. UMPs for NiP, a desperate solution for a desperate time. And a desperate peak for Exist. Perhaps had no business being there. He will be eliminated, and now that's going to put a lot of pressure on the remainder of NiP, who again have almost no utility, and this is how they've been playing the last few rounds. After losing the second pistol.
What?
Is that a really weird lineup?
Pasha says he has potato movement. But that's next level.
Rezu 1, Draken, the mag, that's some good damage, finishes it off as well. And that may be the chance here for NiP. Does Draken realize he's going to be pinched by Neo? He does not. Neo with the double now into the bomb site. The bomb has been collected as well, but Neo does not know where to look, and that's going to be the end of him as Snax is on him again.
10 seconds though. Has to find both kills. The second kill from Draken is so crucial. He doesn't get the guy who's flanking him, but he got 2 kills in a situation where he wasn't really at an ideal range with the Mag 7.
Yeah.
So that's really nice stuff from him. It keeps Virtus Pro away from 15 rounds.
Yeah, I was really worried for him in that spot, as you say. Like, it just feels very awkward for a Mag 7. So kind of crazy he gets so much value in. And it must be nice NiP have grenades. It's been a while since they had a full set of grenades on this CT defense. It's going to make a really big difference. All they have to do is just hit the shots,
No counter grenades on a plat. Means Posh is at
Oh.
full HP and there's a frag.
Pash doing Pasha things. But Draken may be able to hold on to this area for his team. Continuing to reposition. He's got a player up close as well. Down goes Snack. So it's worked out for NiP for the time being. Do they have the grenades though? Draken's got a smoke. While his teammate holds an angle, he could choke off the point. Forrest getting some information in the meantime, but seems that Versus Pro might go back, so he's got to hold an off angle for us. Does he hear them though? I wonder if his silencer's been spotted. I don't know. But Versus Pro is turning back.
This is so cool for a lot of reasons, like how Forrest has played this. He understood that VP went down to 3 players, which is very different from a T side going down to 4 players. When you go down to 3 players on the T side, it's very likely that you start to group up to try to do something. So he realizes he had the small window to go aggressive, and he doesn't overstep it either. Rez with a defensive frag here, that's the AWP left by Pasha. Traded out, now they have to deal with Draken. Waiting patiently on the site, he's not going to miss one time at least. Will Biardi get an opportunity? No, he won't. Draken with a fantastic round if you consider that it was almost very possible that Pasha gets a 2-for-1 as they're caught boosting, and then Draken's able to swing the round with the 3K. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was a really good opening frag, aggressive pick, and I thought for sure, you know, that's a sign. Virtus Pro are going to close this out right here and now. But from the 4v5, they pull it back. Great push from Forrest, and again, as you mentioned, not overextending. And it's really key that teams don't do that. What a straight transfer.
Worth noting, Taz is on 20 frags this map so far. There's another one for him. Had a nightmare on the previous map, but he's definitely present. So, NiP, they've gone past the halfway mark. But it's still a long road. 6 rounds. It's going to be quite a while before they catch up.
Yeah, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, because a huge reason why Virtus Pro have 14 rounds right now is just because of the pistol. So we haven't actually seen that much of NiP's CT side. So I think at this point they're kind of on even footing in terms of rifle rounds in this half. And that means that who knows who's actually going to win the rest of the rounds. You can't actually draw that much. Here it is, Virtus Pro using NiP smokes.
Yeah, it's cute. Very cute stuff, but they're going to go towards A, so they're using them for a fake. Get Right's going to catch Biardi going towards the pillar. I think he's going to realize what that means. But perhaps they won't realize soon enough, because right now it's just exist on the bomb site. He's got to do so much by himself. He's near 1, but can he survive after this? That's really the key, and he cannot, but Get Right's in position in time. Takes down Taz. Snack's going to have to go back for the bomb now, which is unfortunate. He wanted to play that forward position that he had earned. But now he's got to go do the grunt work, pick up the bomb, get the plant, and then the 2v4.
NiP just waiting.
I love this.
Ooh, there's an information play from Pasha. And he may catch somebody out of position if they're not careful.
Oh boy.
Get right. Oh, no. Well, the bomb is down. But does this mean that the last 3 players will charge into the A bomb site quickly? Try and take advantage of this. They'll do exactly that, but he won't get the kill. Snack's still alive. Pasha's gone down. Now Snack's trying to reposition. Low health will be finished off. That bomb plant will certainly help them. They might even get another buy in the next round.
I absolutely love how active Rez is being, like, in a lot of his positions. I feel like he's always asking questions, and he's doing so in a confident way and in an intelligent way with some good basics, good fundamentals, good mechanics. And that's really cool, actually, because to me that's also some of the evolution of him as a player within the team. Because I think as well, you know, coming into the lineup like this, you're probably saying, okay, guys, you know, I'll do whatever. You know, I'll be the, you know, the bright-eyed youngster. And I think he's starting to really express his identity within the team now. We're starting to see quite exactly, you know, how powerful he is as a player. So looking forward to seeing more aggression.
Yeah, I think I can only imagine that that Rez coming into the team is coming into like the most legendary lineup that he's ever been on, and thinking, I just don't want to mess this up for these guys. You know, I don't want to lose rounds. But once he gets comfortable, he realizes they want him to be somewhat aggressive. They want him to make decisions for himself, and that only makes their lives easier. And so once he's in that spot where he feels like he can be aggressive and do that, and that's good. I think, you know, it starts to blossom.
Very close to smoke executes, and NiP have kept 4 people around the B bomb site. They're not going to run back and forth. Happy to just wait for what happens. Pasha will be heard in the drop area. So repositions to happen. Oh, hasn't quite spotted one of these snipers.
He has no idea. It's amazing.
I mean, Pasha changes aim style. He's not doing the loop-de-loop thing. He's just going straight across.
How many rounds in a row now have Ninjas won? 5. So basically, after the pistol in the first buy round, it's been nothing doing for Virtus.pro, and they'll be wondering why.
Yeah, and Getro is starting to show up a bit, and Forrest is starting to find it in himself. And we've seen also Draken and Rez doing good work too. That every player on NiP is starting to sort of find themselves, find their form in this second half of Cobblestone. And you know, now that you know, you mentioned it earlier, Mo, saying that they were sort of on even footing. It does seem that now NiP are taking it a bit further than that. VP unable to get it done off of simple set pieces, and now they are likely wondering, thinking to themselves, you know, what do we have to do here? Like, what is the best solution to disturb this defense? Even in spots where they've got an early picks, NiP have been able to find ways back into the round.
Yeah. So far it seems like NiP are almost tied for Virtus.pro right now. They've won way more rifle rounds than Snap. They've won the most recent rounds. They know that VP are buy save, and as long as they've stopped plans, which they've been doing a good job of doing, they only have to win 2 rounds to be at 14-14. So for them, I think mentally they know we've just gotta deny plans, and we only have to worry about 2 rifle rounds, and we've done that already.
Nice Molotov to try and contain the T. Forrest will go down though, but there's nobody else there. There's opportunity to creep through long though, and they have the sound advantage. You won't have the weapon advantage. Last 2 players heading towards A as well, but there are 2 Ts, and Rez will go back towards B just to make sure everything is safe, quiet and honest over there. Barley and Taz quite heavily tagged at the moment, and they've been spotted. There's 1 down, 11 HP now. The bomb spotted as well, and Draken will deliver both kills. 3 rounds between the 2 sides.
And it does feel like NiP is, you know, you get that feeling that they are being by far the better team right now. So this is starting to feel pretty doable. Like I was afraid for them that their chances would be dashed here by the likes of VP, but they are finding back. And Forrest, you know, again, his T side was not the most amazing. There's a lot of opportunities he could not find. It looks like that's going to continue towards A here, just completely coming up with nothing.
That was almost like one of those mice where you can just let the mouse wheel spin forever. And he's just like, just went AFK for a while. Just bouncing on the spot. Lucky to get away with that, Forrest. 14 HP. That would have been a disaster at this point as well when they've come back from so far away. Draken will take up position on A. So, have they swapped places? It seems they have. I don't think Virtus.pro will necessarily read that Forrest is heavily tagged from that situation. However, with more players on B, it is a safer situation. Does he have rifle support back? And he does. He's got to deliver all of these kills 1 by 1. But this is a good area for an Orca to re-aggress. I don't know how Barley gets that kill. I can't compute that.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's such a pre-fire. That's crazy. Wow. It has given a potential here for VP to do something, but that's some good damage from Rez. And 35 seconds, and VP are down to 2 players. They're very split up, but Taz has found his way to the pillar, so he can combine, but he's going to go down to Rez, again defending, and now Bialy's not really got all that much to do. He's just going to have to just save at this point. He can't even make it to a bomb site in time. What is he up to? Is he trying to bait another kill, or he's going to be successful in doing that?
He's got no time to get to the bomb site though. It's all for, well, something. It's got some value.
1,000 keys.
Counter-terrorists win.
3 rounds. 3 rounds. Can it be done? Can they continue the momentum?
And if VP don't do damage every round, there's still the opportunity for overtime. So the amount of outs Ninjas have right now, I think you're gonna feel pretty good. That was a nice round from both Draken and Rez. 2 kills apiece off the side of the map. These guys have been working in tandem.
Another variation of smoke grenades in towards B. Very trained team, Virtus Pro. But those smokes gone. The Molotovs will stop them advancing, stop them selling anything. There's only one person in B at the moment. Rez very close to the drop area to support Get Right as players start to move in. Now they've got to be careful. Really got to worry about that plateau position. Nobody's in a forward position on B, so NiP may feel vulnerable.
Rez playing the Boulder, Draken by the Chicken Coop. Both positions which can be easily dealt with utility, but VP are going with the approach for picks, and picks will not be theirs, it will be NiP's. And now all of a sudden VP, they don't have that much to work with, just drop control. And NiP know that they have it, they gave it up to them after all. Gonna boost out of that. Get Right looking for some answers. Here's the stepping on the wood, understand the boost is active. And it'll be down into a 4v2.
Final flashbangs go in for the T side, but the entire NiP team is here. They've got angles for days. Virtus Pro trying to do what they can, but it is in vain. Taz with the AWP, how often do you see that? Might be a rare treat for us. 20 seconds to do more damage. Nice shoulder peek, but too many angles. And now the deficit is one solitary round.
I wonder if it always looked this manageable for Ninjas. I guess being down so many rounds, you worry about a couple of gimmick frags coming the way of Virtus Pro. And I think for Virtus Pro, that's all they really wanted to do, is another play like Pasha pushing out long B by himself. I actually think that is the one area of the map that VP are legitimately, or NiP are legitimately weak in, but purposefully so, because they are leaving it open. They are playing 2 people pushing up long B or long plat and fighting. They're staying back and using Draken and the Chicken Coop, or having Rez, who's sometimes playing drop now. And here, no early long B aggression from Virtus Pro. NiP have been great at A, so this is not going to be an easy round to win.
Deep smoke, that will help deal with the AWP threats. And can't do too much from this position. Take a couple pot shots, and it's Draken in drop, which Snax will likely not expect with that AWP. And that is a rude awakening for Snax.
1 minute mark, no map control for Virtus Pro. Do they feel committed to this? Taz backing off, wondering if anyone's flanking them, and it seems that Neo will go to have a look. Although, what do they do with the information if no one is here? Because they're running out of time, really, to rotate anyway. Maybe they'll go for a split. There is still a player in the drop zone. NiP haven't lost anyone yet. No reason for them not to be covering this area, but yeah, late one. Draken with the AWP in the drop, why not? Neo's taken down, he knows that Taz is on the ground as well, trying to rotate towards A. Desperate situation for Virtus Pro, but he's got 2 kills towards B. A, sorry.
Pasha running headfirst into the barrel of Get Right M4, and now it's Bialy in the clutch 1v3. Bialy has had somewhat of a resurgence lately, going for a pre-fire, pre-spray around the corner there. Doesn't find much, it's Get Right to close it down, and well, Draken a 3k with the AWP in the drop zone. Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
That's 8 rounds in a row in total. Yeah, 8 rounds in a row, 14 to 14. Virtus Pro, since winning the first rifle round of the half, have not put one together. Have enough money because of that plant to be able to buy again at the very least. But here's NiP with another variation of their CT setup using Draken with the op at drop. But as that round progressed, it became more and more clear that NiP had a huge advantage with the 2 ops. They were hoping VP would play slowly, and now VP's hand is almost forced a little bit because they're running out of ideas. So as long as they stop the early aggression, here's that long B plat. Controller going for. Good idea.
Oh dear. That's 2 down. They're making inroads around the drop though. Rez trying to do what he can around the smoke. Still got bullets, but now he's down. Bialy with a very quick 2k Hasn't got the bomb though, but can he get the 1 versus 1s? He can, but he can't get the kill. And it's match point NiP. Never saw that one coming. 9-1. Since it was 9-1 versus Pro, won 5 rounds. And NiP has won 14.
Yeah, what a performance. Especially from Draken and Rez. Again, like on the first map as well, they were a standout. Obviously, you know, Forest Get existed doing great work as well, but it just seems like Draken and Rez are just playing just better than I've seen them play before. Draken's more consistent, Rez is more aggressive and also more consistent. It's what you love to see if you are a fan of Counter-Strike.
As soon as the grenades come in, get right to boys. Molotov, and there's the opening kill from Virtus Pro. Are we going to overtime? Exist looks hungry for a flank, but Neo's still waiting for it. Making his way in. Winning with the UMP, that might be an A split now. Yeah, right's got a lot of work to do from this position, but he's only just 1 kill. Forrest in the meantime will hold things down towards A, but now he's the last man standing. He knows Bayali's close. Down to 7 HP. He's got to go for it. It's the last round of normal time. Bomb has been planted. Does Snacks give him something? Oh, he's moving into the angle, but no. Overtime it is. After winning so many rounds in a row, NiP dropped the last one.
Yep.
And here we are.
Typical, isn't it? It's just typical. But that's going to give NiP so much confidence to be playing a match where you feel like you're just grinding uphill the entire time to then finally get to that big reset button. Okay, sure, they didn't win the map, which they would have preferred, obviously, but at the same time, this is going to feel so much better and have so much more confidence than just that huge fight that they just endured.
Yeah, they don't have like match point looming over their heads for the entire time, every single round. So that is nice.
And no pistol rounds to mess up their day.
Well then. No fast pick from Draken towards the plateau this time. 3 people in B and 2 are fairly deep in long A for NiP. It seems they're going to go for the aggression, try and force the T's back, or at least isolate them, but they'll gamble, they'll push through all those grenades, and there'll be 3 people on the plateau. Draken around the statue, picks off Neo. He's been good today, Draken. Can't get the second kill though. 6 HP, he's jump peeking, but he's got to be careful. Maybe he wants to move back. Yeah, right, not heard by Snacks it seems. Goes down for absolutely gratis. 5 versus 3. Doesn't see Draken, but trying to reposition, he goes down, but maybe he's the only fatality for NiP in this round. Will the AWP be collected? It will.
It's kind of crazy to me in a round like that where, you know, NiP lost 1 player, so all-out execution on the B side, very fast-paced chaos. That NiP only lost 1 player, and no one else got even damaged. Everyone else was 100 HP. It's kind of crazy. Sort of speaks to the proficiency of NiP setup as well in that particular round.
Yeah, I think it's counter nades. Counter nades are really good. They delayed long enough that the CTs could get comfortable. Get Right felt fine just running back into E-box to go look for a kill. And because they did a great job delaying, that slowed both choke points down considerably. Setup was aggressive at long A. NiP still seems to be doing different things on the CT side. CT side looking very deep compared to their, if you contrast it to their T side where they were just pretty much doing the same thing every round.
NiP having to try to find some consistency on this T side, and they pretty much haven't on the T side. Overtime is the difference maker maybe in that sense. We'll see if they find those adjustments. They have breached drop zone. They have formed a wedge between the 2 bomb sites in that sense. But it's not really going that well.
No. 2 versus 5. And damage is inconsequential at this point. They need to win a round versus Pro.
Do you have a different point system for OT?
No. No,
Win is a win.
A win is a win.
W is a W.
Alright then.
At least for them, they have the T side, so if this was the CT side, it would look a lot more bleak. They wouldn't be able to buy head armor with their guns, but here they can get head armor, their AK, and an extra grenade with just $4,000. Special one-time offer. I like that Snacks gets a nade set. It was actually their, they were buying pretty well at the end of the half. That is Virtus Pro. Now in OT, the one round they won was the odd round where they didn't save up enough, and it was not a force, but they did have like a UMP and so on. So maybe it was having these guns that you could run and shoot with that allowed them to be more aggressive, which is what they needed to do to be able to like break open the B site. But they're in a similar position now, so we'll see if that was true, or if they even do anything quickly.
Just looking for the aggression, and nothing to be spotted. Fast push from Neo down into mid, looking for that kill onto Exist, trying to find him rotating. Exist is going to play into the angle, and Neo goes for the shot, can't connect it. Exist will get the hell out of there. He has some support to play with though. There's 3 players on A for NiP. Not looking too bad at taking the 3-0 in overtime 1. Going aggressive here with as Forest moves in. Oh wow, Bialy looks for it. That's crazy. I don't think you expect an aggression with no flash or anything from the side, but still, VP with the cognizance to catch it. Exist going for more, really committing to this aggression, and it's not going to pan out at all.
Virtus Pro just waited for them. Get Right has a lot to do. He's in a 1v3 situation though. Rez is going to have an angle for the door now, so maybe he can save his teammate, or maybe not. 1 versus 2. Opening options with a swipe of the vents. Angle's being held as the bomb gets planted.
Bomb has been planted.
I think, yeah, might be close enough to hit the scope. Not quite sure from there. Down he goes. Double peek, maybe. I think it's being planned. No, just Kasha. But that's enough. 16-17, 1 of 2 rounds for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, it's funny. This round and then the last round of the second half, with the only 2 rounds they didn't have quite enough money to buy bot and still won.
1 of 3 rounds, sorry. Yeah, that is weird how that works, right? Double AWPs immediately for VP. They need all these rounds, and they'll fight for them. Let's see what NiP have to offer. For the most part, their T side was disastrous, but maybe they can enact a change. Forrest has to be very careful with his positioning around that boulder because of Snacks' hunting. Exist lurking towards B, where there are 3 players for Virtus Pro at the moment. As time goes on, Sniper towards A will need to back off somewhat, as while vulnerable to flashback is in its position. As evidenced, will the molly save him for a while? It will.
In terms of ratios, because it's a 3-round half, that's like a 5-10 half in a sense, which is not a good sign for NiP because their T side was really lackluster, and I think you saw some stuff towards the end, but overall Virtus Pro had a really good CT side as well, so I think there's no high likelihood that they have a good half here. Whatever, half is 2 or 3 rounds.
Draken looking for that opportunity, but it will not be presented in the way that he wants, at least. Smokes across into the A site for NiP. Taz with good position. The shadow gives the game away there, but he still can't get the frag. It's Get Right with a fast headshot to make life hard here for VP, but Snacks will welcome the challenge with the AWP as the NiP players trying to march in, and they need to deal with him somehow, but they seem a bit stuck at this point. VP have done a good job here. Oh
wow.
My god, what on earth was that from Snacks?
What? He killed him?
That's a round-winning shot. Because look at the time. Bloody hell. That was absolutely insane. I thought he was going to dive from the back. You see the play moving up towards the balcony. Look at that shot in his head.
It's not even... What? It's behind the huge block. That should not be possible. That doesn't. I mean, I think when you see that, like very, very slowed down, because that looks ridiculous.
That was awesome.
It's on the gear, boys.
That may be one of the most ridiculous orb shots I've ever seen. It doesn't seem like it should be possible. I've seen some crazy orb shots. Ooh, that's a great peek from Rez. That's what he's been looking for a while now on Plateau. Oh, they waltz into Neo's burst. Oh my god.
Is it again slipping away from Ninjas in Pyjamas once again? Barley reloading. Has he got time though? Because Get Right's on the hunt. He doesn't have time. Neo's still on the site though. He's on fire a little bit. But Get Right's being taken down by Taz in the meantime. Man advantage looking to compound that problem for NiP versus Pro. Snacks coming in on the flank. Forrest has found himself an angle. There's a free kill. Taking time, Snacks, leaving Forrest alone. 1 versus 1. Knows where Snacks was, and he's going to rotate. Snacks, though, going into the drop zone. Ooh, he's right behind him.
Oh!
Oh! Way, but Forrest will get the kill. Definitely has some advantages there, especially with landing and accuracy, but you just see it in your mind's eye, don't you? Especially when it's Snacks.
Dude, Neo kind of bummed that for his teammate by peeking chicken coop instead of waiting for the big flank. I mean, Neo needed his teammate to come through quickly because he was worried about getting walked up on. Forrest was just patient. But yeah, that gave him an extra kill. Put Snacks in an awkward position where he's trying to 1v1 with an op. And if you give up a site in a 1v1 on either side on Cobble, you'll lose. It's just they're too big. There's too many options.
Was that it wasn't an ace though, was it a quad kill right from Forrest?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's a quad kill clutch. That was pretty sick. That was pretty damn sick.
Yeah.
I love it when you see Forrest kind of like you see the fire in his eyes.
Forest fire.
Yeah. I feel like I looked at him and I feel like he was so on for it. He's just flicking around. Looked like he had a very good presence of mind there. And now it's down to this. This could be the round. But will it be? VP, they don't have the best economy ever, but it's going to be very difficult to see whether or not they're actually able to do this with the UMPs, with the AWP, some active utility not happening. Just a very aggressive push right into the A site. And it's NiP in a 2v1. Pasha misses the shot. That's going to be that 19 to 17. What an incredible comeback from NiP.